Welcome everybody, Adam Sawyer, professional gentleman of leisure, back here on Whidbey Island, and we are on the Langley side of the island today, and more specifically, we are at the Rob Schouten Gallery, and I am honored to have Mr. Rob Schouten with me today, the co-owner of the Rob Schouten Gallery, and this is a gorgeous spot you have, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we moved here about 2.5 years ago, and we've been very happy to be in Langley. We were up in Greenbank for 9 years, and this was such an opportunity to move into this beautiful building that we're in. Right on the corner of the two main drags in
I was
Langley.
going to say, you are right in the heart of the action here.
And, you know, for years we have represented some of the most talented professional artists on Whidbey Island. And so to have them exhibited in a place that is really does their work justice has been a real pleasure.
It's a gorgeous gallery, and from what I've seen, and we'll take a stroll around here in a second to give everyone a look. Every conceivable medium that the artists work with on this island, right?
So, you know, we have paintings, we have sculpture, we have glass art, we have woodblock prints, I mean, you name it. There's a lot of talent here on Whidbey, particularly glass artists. We have something like 70 glass artists on Whidbey.
You were telling me, like per capita, that's like...
It's one of the highest in the country.
It's like the glass
I don't have
capital.
the exact data
Right.
on that, but...
Well, I'm going with it. Glass art capital.
Yeah. You know, of those 70 artists, there are 7 or 8 that are internationally known. I mean, people whose work I've come across in museums in Europe and places. And 2 of our bronze sculptors are both nationally known. A number of our painters are nationally known. We just landed a painter named Alfredo Arguin, who's a nationally known painter. Yeah, and so it's really been a pleasure to provide these artists with the venue that really does their work justice. You know.
Well, and in addition to that, you've got something that just opened kind of right next door, correct?
We do, yeah.
There's a wonderful sculpture garden, and I think I'll follow Rob out. We'll take kind of a quick spin through the gallery, give you guys a look at it, and let's go talk about that sculpture garden real quick.
Sounds great.
I'll follow Rob here.
All right.
You guys can get a quick look here at some of the other talented artists and the mediums represented here. And so you had mentioned to me, Rob, that this was a private garden prior to you taking over it, correct?
Yeah, so this is a private garden. It was basically kind of roped off across here, and while the basic structure of the garden was there, was built and set up in 1997, it had been completely overgrown and let go. So we kept the basic path, but then reduced the hedge to about half the size. We took out everything around it that was overgrown brambles, 2 or 3 feet thick of brambles, and then started rebuilding. We built the fence and the gate, and in the last few months things have really come together where some of these most beautiful pieces have come in, and the whole thing has come out way better than I ever imagined it would. So I'm very thrilled. The glass here on top of the gate is a real eye-popping, stunning piece by Robert Adamson. I'm very happy to have. We've got work in here by Georgia Gerber, Lloyd Wannell, Sharon Spencer, Dan Freeman, a number of well-known artists. And yeah, so let's take a look here in the center and take a look at some of these pieces. One of the reasons why we've really enjoyed moving to Langley after being in Greenbank for 9 years was that Langley has done a tremendous job in presenting itself as a place of art and galleries and outdoor sculpture. We've got a half a dozen galleries in town that are all very attractive, each with a slightly different flavor. We have the Whidbey Art Gallery that recently reopened after being closed for a couple months during a flood, so we're really welcoming them back. We've got Museo Gallery, we've got Studio Modern, we've got Studio 106, Edit, really just a number of really fine places with each a different flavor, so that if you want a little bit more contemporary art, you go to one of the other galleries and so on. And it's been really just a pleasure to be able to add this garden to that offering and to make Langley more of a destination point.
Well, thank you for showing it to us, Rob. And expertly done, by the way, sir. Now I'm going to transition to our second guest in this video this morning. And I have Joanne Quintana. Correct? Did I nail it?
Yeah. You did it.
I'm so good with. I'm getting so much better with the names. We were joking how terrible I am with names. Great with faces, and apparently it's contagious or it's going around. And Joanne is the chair of the Langley Arts Commission, and she is also a founding member of the Langley Arts Fund. And we've got some exciting things that Joanne's going to show us, actually right kind of across the street. So I'll follow you over there, and then we'll have you tell us about that wishing well.
Okay.
So I'll follow Joanne across the street here. Kind of a lot going on this corner in downtown Langley.
Yes, I would like to point out while we're walking that, see that little sign there that says Langley Whale Center?
Yeah.
That's going to become very important in a few minutes.
Oh, look at you. Oh, setting them up and knocking them down.
Yes. So what we're doing is we are walking toward Whale Bell Park. And a lot of people may not know that this is ground zero for gray whales.
Ah.
They migrate through this passage called Saratoga Passage every year in the spring. And here we are at Whale Bell Park. And the reason it's called Whale Bell Park is because if you see a whale, you're asked to ring the bell. And then everybody knows and they can come and see the
Come
whale.
ring the bell.
Yeah.
And so there is going to be a very specific piece of art going in here. Is that
Yes,
correct?
Exactly. And and we have crows in the tree. So right here. Have you seen a whale?
You're not supposed to do this if you don't
You're not
see a
supposed to do that. You're in trouble now.
So
Rob.
we're doing a wishing whale? Is that what it's called?
That's correct. And many people know about Rachel the Pig at the Pike Place Market.
Correct.
And that was done by a Whidbey Island sculptor named Georgia Gerber. And Rachel the Pig is a piggy bank.
Yeah.
And people put money into the piggy bank, and they actually fund a lot of the social programs at the market.
Gotcha.
Through the money that's raised from the pig. And what we were looking at is really placemaking here.
Right.
This is where people go down to the waterfront to see the whales. There are some plans for refurbishing this park, which is called Seawall Park.
Okay.
And we really saw art as drawing people in, as being the first step toward refurbishing this park.
Right.
And also toward knitting together the city of Langley with its waterfront.
Awesome.
And what better way to do it than exactly where you can see the whales, and do it with a whale.
I love that.
And this is going to be a massive sculpture. It is going to be kind of a 3/4 view, so that the head of the whale is pointed down looking at the water, and the tail, which is a wonderful feature of what Georgia has in mind, is very playful.
Yeah.
And so you get the best of every part of the sculpture. It's a 12-foot massive bronze sculpture. It's of a gray whale. Gray whales have crusty barnacles on them, and she has spent a lot of time working on that aspect of it, and she has studied the anatomy of gray whales and worked and reworked the design. We're now in the structural engineering phase, and we are going to be unveiling the wishing whale on April 18th, which is Welcome the Whales Day.
Perfect.
In Langley.
Perfect.
And in the meantime, we are inviting people to Langley to help us name the whale.
Awesome.
And also to contribute to the whale. We are still raising funds.
Exactly.
We are close to 90% of our original goal.
Really? Already?
Yes. We have had an amazing outpouring of public support for this, but we still are raising money to complete the process. And so naming the whale, we are going to be selecting a name, and we're asking everyone to come to the Langley Whale Center, which is just up the street, And there's a box there, and you can place your nomination into that
That's
box.
where you tied it in.
Yep.
It's right up there.
Tied it in. The Whale Center is critical because one of the aspects of this whale, in addition to being able to see the whale, is to focus attention on the environmental plight that whales face right now. Both gray whales and orcas are experiencing difficulties in finding enough food. And that is Orca Network, and they are the defenders of the orcas and everything whale. And they understand whales, they do research, they fund research. They're an amazing group, and they're right here in Langley.
Awesome.
And they see this whale, they are our partners,
Yeah.
and they see this whale as drawing attention to the plight of the whales.
That's fantastic. And so that's all coming online in April.
Yes.
We're going to have that. And then in the meantime, everyone should probably make their way down to Langley to partake in Small Business Saturday. There's also all sorts of things happening this holiday season, holiday arts festivals all over the island. So come on down to the Rob Schouten Gallery. Plug for Rob. Come on down, donate to the whale. Try and name that sucker.
Yes.
And come on back after Small Business Saturday and enjoy the grand unveiling in April. I want to thank Joanne and Rob very much for joining me this morning. And you should definitely make your way down to Langley sooner than later for a couple different reasons. Until then, enjoy.